It's a funny thing. You didn't want to transition right into this next one, but it is kind of related. I'll be honest.
Is it really?
Well, let me tell you why. Because it is, man. You must have noticed this. Like, there seems to be this kind of note in the air, this scent in the air of, like, I don't even want to say the word, but fear. Like, it's a kind of apprehensiveness of people that are kind of like raising prices, lowering prices. It's like some sort of impending thing is happening where everyone's waiting, holding their breath. And these stories keep coming out about, like, we've covered even Tesla. The most popular recent stories is like used car prices falling off a cliff for Teslas. But then we get unprecedented demand is hitting the stores. And then we get the cost of the charging station is going up. And then even in Tesla's case, the prices were going up until they went way down. It's like everything's a stock market. Where am I on it? Am I up? Am I down? It's an emotional roller coaster. And the outcome of that, those headlines and so forth, I think, is that people they maintain that apprehensiveness. Should I buy something? Should I not? Do I have security? Are the interest rates going up? Can I afford this mortgage? It's a kind of consideration that's very strong right now. I don't want to say a kind of pessimism, but
yeah, I do feel like I read more about the news now, more than anything, about stock markets, about fluctuations in even grocery prices, gas prices.
You know what else it could be, Will? That we're just old men now. That's also a possibility.
Sure.
All of a sudden, you're like, hey, did you notice that coffee's 50 cents more?
I'm reading the newspaper.
And you're like, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No chance. Tesla's increasing the price of its home charging station by 20%. Tesla's increased the price of many things. Increase price, drop prices, but it always makes news because, well, they're Tesla and everyone's invested in them in this space and very aware of, trying to predict their current status based on these little levers they pull with their different variety of things. Are they going to include it? Is it going to cost you extra? You were even with the cable the other day where you were like, oh, I got to buy the home cable separately. That used to come for free.
Mobile connector. So the automaker J1772 combo connector, which has been adopted by virtually all other automakers selling vehicles in North America. So they are not going to go to it, or they're going to just continue to include an adapter? The home charger now has a newer version that accepts that as well.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
They need to.
Tesla dominates the EV market in America to such a degree that even though all other automakers currently selling using J1772 connector, there are still more EVs in North America using the Tesla connector. Following the opening of the connector, Tesla has been making some moves to push its own charging station. The Tesla wall connector was already cheap. It was $400 and then dropped to $350 in December. And a month later, it goes up to $425. Like, stop playing games with me. Up, down, up, down. So anyway, this is going to come with an adapter, Will. Is that the way I'll get the other thing?
I'm not too sure, but yeah, it supports both.
Where does it say that? I want to see it officially listed here.
So
I can just...
So you have this one, the black one, and the white one.
Yeah, so no, they're different. It's not that each one... I have to order whichever one I want. But if I get the J1772, I'll have to put an adapter on it.
Right.
Every time, but then I'll also be capable of charging any car.
Yeah, so you're right.
It's a little bit more flexible for me to just get that, but then that one cost me $550. Interesting. And it's black. The dark side. Did you buy another car that wasn't a Tesla? Or were you thinking about it because you got the universal model instead of the dedicated?
Yeah.
Curious. With the adapter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would probably go for the universal one. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's like
all things considered.
More.
Yeah, it's just more flexibility, and you can always just plug in the adapter. I sometimes charge at a station
That is the J1772, and it's pretty easy to use the adapter. It's a little bit more annoying, but
It's also kind of future-proofing your home, right?
any car you want to, or yourself as a customer. I know obviously Tesla has some very strong fans out there, but who knows? Maybe some company puts out a vehicle you really like, and it's tougher to adapt the other way, I assume, if at all.